Hey, what's up everyone? It's James Zamero here at SwitchWatch, your home for everything Nintendo Switch related. I'm back today with another indie review, this one INVERSUS by Hypersect. Those guys gave us a copy for review purposes, so thank you very much. As always, let's find out if this one is worth your hard-earned cash. Let's get into it. Go. Ready, go. As a twin-stick shooter, you need to have a high-tempo theme song, and the game delivers one that pumps out techno style. The songs are robotic and they suit the game, though it would have been nice to have a little bit more variety. The sound effects of shooting and getting shot are really nice. The visuals are minimalistic. Effectively, you're playing on a grid of small squares and you yourself are a square. Somehow, for such a simple set of visuals though, the game looks pretty good, largely due to the fast-paced action and the 60 different colour palettes that you can unlock, with each having a simple yet lovely contrast pairing. The game looks best on the move, where you find that you can really get immersed into the rhythmic song if you have headphones, and the almost hypnotic colour flipping action. INVERSUS is a negative space shooter where the playfield looks simple at first but gets more complex as the action unfolds. You use the left analog stick to move your character a small square around the map, with the caveat being you can only move on tiles that are the same colour as you. You use the right buttons instead of the right analog stick to shoot directionally, with X being up, A being right, and so on, which gives the game a different feel from the twin stick shooters we have become accustomed to in recent memory. Each shot flips tile colours, opening up a path to travel down, and conversely closes a pathway for your enemy, leading to frantic firing to trap your opponent whilst making sure you yourself are not trapped. Once you get hit, you're basically dead. The game has two main modes in Arcade and Versus. Arcade mode sees you fighting off hordes of enemies which at first cannot shoot back but are trying to push their way through a grid and hit you, and soon sees more enemies that shoot back and come in increasingly difficult waves. Versus mode pits you against an opponent in a battle to the death, with the first to get 3 rounds winning the match. In both Arcade and Versus mode, you have the same simple weapon which shoots up, down, left or right, and holding down a direction will charge up for a devastating triple line attack. Whilst you are charging, you find yourself vulnerable as your movement slows down, leading to interesting use of the move. There are also powerful pickup bullets in the form of either a single extra fast shot or a series of 3. These bullets will almost certainly lead to a kill if you can get them and then shoot them at your opponent. The power-ups can be shot, so if they land on a tile that you do not control, you can shoot it to stop your opponent getting one, which is often a good idea. The game features a level up system that unlocks the 70 different colour palettes discussed that will randomly be chosen going forward unless you turn the option off, as well as 250 emotes. A nice simple touch which lets you assign an emoji to the 4 trigger buttons that can be selected whilst in between rounds. In addition to levels, your score in arcade mode lets you unlock the next map once you reach a certain threshold, and a bunch of additional maps have been added for the deluxe version on the Switch, which is a nice touch. Similarly, completing a versus battle by winning will unlock the next map in versus mode. In both modes, the maps are the biggest differentiating factor, and as you go higher up the levels, the maps get crazier, leading to action-packed battles. You'll find maps that you can head off screen at the top, only to appear at the bottom, or to shoot through, and other complex structures ensure that once you get the hang of the game, you continue to be challenged. The game is fun in small doses, and the simple additions such as levelling to unlock features keeps you coming back for more, albeit the game will not likely hold your attention for too long at one sitting. Leaderboards are a very welcome addition here, and there is a lot of depth, with each level in arcade having a high score, as well as each versus battle and then corresponding multiplayer leaderboards as well. Both online and local multiplayer options are supported. The competitive versus mode pits players against each other in a 1 vs 1 or 2v2 battles, and cooperative arcade modes pits players against endless waves of enemies as they fight for high scores on an ever-changing board. Versus mode is fun, but surprisingly, I found the cooperative arcade mode to be more fun when with a friend. The cooperative nature led to more intricate and longer games that had me fighting for survival. Team play in 2 vs 2 battles where you are with a friend is excellent. Teaming up to destroy a pair of enemies felt like the best way to play this game, and you can see that it was really intended to be played in this frantic action with more players. A nice feature of online play is the ability to play locally, either alone or with a friend, then together whilst you wait for a match to be found. A simple and yet very welcome feature that keeps you in the action at all times. The game has been released on PS4 and on Windows, but it certainly feels best on the Switch due to its portability and Joy-Con controls, which feel great here. The game is very polished. The single developer Ryan Juckett has experience of working for Bungie, and you can see how this experience has let him develop a very smooth game with no lag, slowdown and excellent coding for online support. At the price, the game falls amongst a lot of competition, but due to its replayability and multiplayer support, the game feels well priced, though single player offline will quite quickly become stale. Overall then, INVERSUS Deluxe takes a simple idea and forms it really well. It has a simple vision that is realised and executed, leading to quick bursts of enjoyment either alone, online against others, or my personal favourite, with and against friends. All in all then, this one is a solid 7 out of 10. A massive shout out to all of our subscribers. Thank you for supporting us. You might want to check out our written review over at switchwatch.co.uk. For those of you who are new here, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you like what you see and want to stay up to date with everything Nintendo Switch related, you might want to consider subscribing. I hope to see you again. Thanks everyone. Take care.